the Shapton Kuromaku, Glassstone, and Rockstar. Let's analyze their performance under the microscope and talk about which one should you buy. In front of me, there are 3 Shapton sharpening stones. The state-of-the-art, and many know this as the Kuromaku, which is the Shapton Professional 1000 grit. This one has been here for a very long time. This is probably one of the most popular Shapton stones, the Shapton Glass series. And this is the latest addition to the Shapton lineup, the Shapton Rockstar. Today, we will be comparing these 3 in a more scientific way. So I will be sharpening this Hatsukokoro 210 VG10 Kyoto. So again, VG10 is probably one of the most popular colors still out there. Many of you have one. And we will be sharpening on each of these stones. And what I will do is after each sharpening, I will be using a 30 times and 60 times microscope. By inspecting the edge on a microscopic level, we will be able to tell if one of the stones is finer than the other, or maybe in fact they're the same. And then we will evaluate their value perspective based on the results. And of course, they have different thickness and they come at different price points. And we will see if we can come to a conclusion that one is probably better value than the other. The method is like this. I will start sharpening this knife on a 400 grit stone. Once I finish on the 400 grit, I will go on and finish it on the 1000 grit stone. And then come back and sharpen on the 400 grit again, then on the next 1000 grit. So then to make sure that I always hit the knife with a coarse grit stone first. So you have seen the microscope results. What are my thoughts? Well, if you're just talking about pure performance, I think the Shapton Pro is quite fast, and that's noticeable because it has the most scratches. Whereas the performance of the Shapton Glass and the Rockstar are quite similar. I think the Rockstar gives a tiny bit finer, more hazy finish compared to the Shapton Glass, but it's very similar. And yes, they are all quite fast splash and go stones. So just full disclaimer that I don't sell all of these stones. I only carry Rockstar, not the Shapton Pro, not the glass stone. But if it was me buying the stone for, say, just performance sake, I'd probably choose the Kuromaku because it is actually quite fast. If I'm chasing a more sort of refined finish, a true 1000 grit per se, I'd probably say the Rockstar is the better buy. But in fact, there is an important point that many of us tend to miss. I certainly missed it when I was buying the stone 10 years ago, and that is the value in terms of the thickness. What do I mean by that? Well, let's consider this. The Shapton Professional, or the Kuromaku, is about 15 millimeters thick. The Rockstar is slightly thinner, probably around 10 millimeters. So that's 10 mil thick. And the Shapton Glass, when you look at it, it's, 10 mil thick, 10 millimeter thickness. But in fact, it has only 5 millimeter of abrasive, and the rest is the glass. So you're getting 5 millimeters out of the Shapton Glass, which is in fact one of the most expensive one, if I remember correctly. And of course, it would not be able to just give you a 5mm stone without any sort of backing, right? So the good looking glass, while it was claimed to, say, keep it flat, well, what does that mean? It really means that without the backing, it probably would break very easily, given how stones are quite brittle and they soak up water. So you are paying for the same, if not more, for a lot less abrasive. And remember, if you're looking for from the pure performance point of view, the Shapton Kuromaku is actually faster. Whereas if you're looking for the more refined finish, the Rockstar tends to be slightly finer. And you are paying for a lot more per millimeter for the Shapton glass. So what's the point? So combined with having to flatten these guys quite often, 5mm doesn't really last you that long. And this dramatically changes the value proposition of these stones. Well, by a lot. What do you think? Alright, leave your comments below and I will see you next time.